On this day, the Church remembers a great monastic figure, St Romuald. We have details of his life from St Peter Damian, who had become a monk at one of the Camaldolese monasteries, Fontiavellana. It was there that the Holy Father, John Paul II, went in the year that was commemorating 1,000 years from their foundation. But they were founded in the 900s, and he was the first of the great monastic founders, reformers of that wave of new orders. And the specificity of his foundation was that he wanted the possibility of total isolation. Therefore, there was the group isolation in the cenobium and the possibility of individual isolation in the cell, going as far as reclusion. And way back in France, that appeal to total solitude had been strong, and there was a reason for it. With my novice master, who had entered in 1936, was a holy monk who became a recluse. It was Don Damien. He opted to become a recluse at Camaldoli, and it was allowed. And I had felt the appeal to take his place after his death. I did actually go there, and I wrote these words at the door of his cell, and another at his very tomb, where it said Recluso. These lines then were written on the 15th of November, or rather of March, by this time, 1985, on the tombstone at the Sacro Eremo of Camaldoli. My father, my dear father, dear friend, the paper that here speaks rests on thy rest of deeply buried silence. Here doth end what can here begin. If but be blessed the prayers I, kneeling, pray on thee to pray. O little word, did e'er 7 strokes so hurt the heart of sighing man? We pass this way to where thou art but once. This fair white skirt that still protects Cistercian peaceful days, will it soon change its form? The time is short. It was for thee. One day, one way, thy ways for e'er and e'er confined. 'Twas but as naught the whim that passed thy head, yet clung and clung. It passed its way and left one sweet song sung. And then these other lines were written the following morning against a stone of his doorway, where he was a recluse. Did e'er four walls hold such a heavy weight of emptiness? O sacred earth that bore the prince of sacred feet, O yawning gate whose eyelids were so sealed, did ye of yore know aught of what ye sheltered, what ye nailed? The sound of isolation laps mine ears, as it did thine, O poltergeist, here railed by one small inch of thickness from the years that could have passed hereby without such pain. For pass they did, and pass they could but do, e'en as for others they did pass, and again as they will pass by all who are passing. Oh, huge little wall, when we have passed, what then wilt know? One past will it be, and so the yearning strong was there and kept coming back to the surface. In 1995, so 10 years later, I found myself on this very day at Mount Tabor Hermitage in County Mayo, at the foot of Pope Patrick. And it was a possibility of becoming a hermit there. The date was significant, having arrived from Rome the previous evening. O paradise of peace, O little land, wherein the world moves not. Is this all true? The vision of the dawn that is at hand? The sound of this old Angelus I knew upon this earth before. This is the day whereon I left this isle of grace, 9 years of noise ago, and went away to wanderings wide, to seek afar thy face. But thou hast led my feet across the cloud to Tabor and thy tent. I have come home, and in the light of this thy mount, the crowd shall trample not the soul that long did roam. O Master, I hear naught but silence vast, and yet I hear the sound of home at last. And so it is on this feast of St Romuald, the same day therefore but 2023, the sound of silence is the same, and it can be found if Providence so desires. It can be found especially in the heart of night, when all the world sleeps on. The night, the stillness of the night, that has never changed. And solitude can actually be created by saying simply no to all that creates noise.